Welcome to Metal Promo Roundup, whatever number this is. I'm Tim from Burning Shadows. This episode brought to you by this Burning Shadows shirt available at steelresolve.com.
Steelresolve.com.
Steelresolve.com. And I'm joined by Matt and Mike from Recently Vacated Graves and Eisenmore. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right, here we go. For those listening, Matt is adjusting his microphone.
Hey, you can kind of see my shirt better now.
I still can't read it. Oh, disco. All right.
It's a shirt from a Star Trek series I'm rapidly losing interest in.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
I don't think that episode will air for a few years. All right, here we go. HELLDRIFTER announced Igor Montez Alvarez as new bass player. HELLDRIFTER has announced on their official website Igor Montez Alvarez as their new bass player, replacing Adam Wachowski, who left the band in the last year. Igor Montez Alvarez has swinged the axe on many hardcore and rock and roll bands in southern Germany. The band's statement: first, we would like to thank our past member Adam for his work and dedication in HELLDRIFTER the last 2 years. We have accomplished a lot, and we wish him all the best. A new chapter for HELLDRIFTER has been opened. We are very excited to announce Igor Montez Alvarez as our new HELLDRIFTER family member. Not only is he an amazing musician, but a great persona as well. We have an amazing atmosphere in the band, and the decision to have him join us was very easy. Let's see what else 2022 has to offer. We hope for more shows, metal, and good vibes for us all. The death metal band has had an explosive start with their debut record, Lord of Damnation, landing a song on Spotify's 2021 death metal playlist, and a digital distribution deal with Nuclear Blast's Blood Blast Distribution. And there is no Bandcamp link, so HELLDRIFTER.com, Facebook.com/HELLDRIFTER, Instagram.com/HELLDRIFTER underbar, as I heard someone call it today.
Unterbar?
So can we even give this ears?
Well, yeah, so I decided to throw you a curveball. So for those who have never heard our promo roundups, we read the promos and decide if we're going to listen to the promo. How many ears are we going to give it? 2 ears is full attention, and then no ears is obviously no attention. So this, starting with a press release instead.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, the name, I love HELLDRIFTER. Like, that name is pretty sweet. Like,
I also think that they're the guy who replaced the other guy, the new guy, sounds a lot more metal. What was
Igor Montez Alvarez? I mean, his name is Igor.
Igor Montez Alvarez versus
Adam.
Yeah, fuck Adam. Get the hell out of my metal band. Hey, I'm Adam.
My comment is on this. Now, I say this as a bassist, and I say it to a bassist, and I say it to a tuba player. No one cares about your bassist.
No.
Oh.
Nope. The best that can be said about bass and metal is that, like, you'll be watching, if for some reason you watch a live band that doesn't have a bassist in it, like, it sounds like it's missing something. And then when the bassist is there, you have no idea. You're just like, oh yeah, this just sounds normal. That's fine.
Right. Exactly. You notice when they're not there.
Was there a brief period when Burning Shadows didn't technically have a bassist?
Yeah. Short answer is yes.
I can remember a show or two.
Yeah. So, I know how we can rate the ears on this. I skipped a line. For fans of Carcass, Cannibal Corpse, Death, and At the Gates. And considering that I have Carcass within my reach, I'm going to give this 1.5 ears. I'm going to go find the band They have a track, Feed the Fire, but it has Adam on it, so I assume it has Adam on it.
Not
Igor.
21. It was released last year. So
Igor. I guess I'll give them a pity ear. But really, I think if you're gonna put out a press release, make it more noteworthy. I mean, I'll also don't brag that a robot thinks you sound metal, because that's all that Spotify thing is. Like I get all those I identify the crosswalk images on various websites I visit. I know robots aren't really the best judges of aesthetics, so that's not necessarily. You sound mathematically similar to other death metal bands. I mean, that's all that means. I don't know. I do like the fact that his name is Igor, so that's at least an ear. But that's all I can give him. That's all I can muster.
So due to the lack of any currently released material with Igor on it, I'm going to be a nerd and I'm going to give this an NAN ears.
Jeez, nerd.
Shit.
That is an NAN. If you don't know, is not a number, which is typically in certain programming languages. If you try to calculate something that doesn't work due to the various laws of mathematics, you can
like dividing by
NAN.
0.
Yeah, you can end up with NAN. So that's what I'm giving NAN ears.
Although some programs make that infinity, or inf.
Inf.
Yeah. Maybe null. We'll do null ears.
Null ears.
Null ears.
Which means that if we're averaging out all this, we're getting NAN ears because I've introduced a variable that can't be calculated.
Okay, so yeah, there's one uncountable.
That's great. You can nuke any rating now. Any rating, if you just hate it, we just add in a null.
All right, well, let's see what you do with this one. And,
I'm glad Doug's not here to be troubled by this.
Well, Doug
nexus of objective subjectivity.
If Doug were here, I believe he'd give this one 2 ears. Here we go. Binary Order, Dunes, industrial metal from the UK. So the artist, Binary Order, release title, Dunes, label self-released. This came out at the end of November in 2021. Digital only, industrial metal, United Kingdom for fans of Nine Inch Nails, Spineshank, Static X, Mudvayne, Health, and Thrice. Dunes is an industrial metal album made by the solo artist Benjamin Blank, and his 5th release overall, being the first where the musician feels to be successful while capturing what he considers to be the sound of Binary Order. Dunes was recorded over the space of a year from winter 2020 till November 2021. Track list: Becoming, Beautiful, Erased, Anchor, Dunes, Roads, Flood, Rot, Calling, Demons. Lineup: Benjamin Blank. That's binaryorder.bandcamp.com.
I mean, the sounds like doesn't. Okay, I will admit freely that bands like Static X I find to be somewhat of a guilty pleasure. Like Push It? That song is ridiculous.
That's a
Salt and Pepper
song, Mike.
Yeah. Push It.
Is it? What is? Oh yeah. Wait.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to get content matched.
Right.
No, Static X has a song called Push It.
Is it that one that's kind of screamy?
You nailed it.
Okay, I believe I'm familiar.
No, but the music video was great because he was like looking up. I don't know how to describe it. He's like sitting in front of the mic and he's like, "Push it!" That's terrible. I can't even do it right. But I was always amused by this.
I'm gonna give Mike 0 ears.
I think that's generous. I think that's very generous. Anyway, it's not. Man, did I go off on a horrible tangent? trying to explain what the hell is this band? Binary Order?
Well, it is a solo project. The photo, the band photo, is the guy with he's in the shadows, and there is he's wearing a coat of some sort with the collar popped, and you can only see half his face.
He looks like a Dracula.
Yeah, it looks like a Dracula, but like a 90s Dracula, not like...
Well, he's like an Anne Rice sexy Dracula. I think that's what he is. He's a sexy Dracula.
That might be my favorite kind of Dracula.
And then the album artwork is, I don't know how you describe this, kind of like a...
It looks like Tron.
Yeah, it's Tron-ish, but there's mountains.
Okay.
I'm going to give it 0.5 ears because for that aesthetic, I would much rather listen to Hail Spirit Noir, who made like an 80s album, apparently, starting off as black metal, obviously. But if I was going to go for something that kind of evokes that aesthetic, I'd go in that direction and not that direction. Not for something that evokes Thrice. So 0.5. 0.5.
I am going to give it 3 ears, and here's why. You are totally right that this is something that Doug would want to listen to, but I also feel that it's inappropriate for me to commit all of Doug's ears. So that's why I'm going to commit 1.5 of his ears, and then also 1.5 of mine, because Doug and I have very similar tastes, and I think of the regulars on Podcast Him Down, I think both he and I are the most sort of interested and open to this sort of industrial metal melding. So I think that's why I have to give it 3 ears.
I'm going to give it 1/4 of an ear. Static X isn't a guilty pleasure. I'd rather listen to the Salt and Pepper.
I mean, I would also like to listen to Dynamic O, which is my Static X cover band.
I see what you did there.
God damn it. That's terrible.
All right.
They are.
But how many ears do we give Binary Order for sexy Dracula-ness?
I mean, I gave them 3 ears, Mike.
like disregard Binary Order. Sexy Dracula. How many ears?
All the ears.
Yeah, 2.
Especially if like Sexy Dracula is kind of like I'm just sitting here like this, kind of in the dark, and he's like,
you're You've got like a shit. Who was I'm thinking like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Was it the guy who was in? Is it Bela Lugosi?
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, you're thinking like a sexy Bela Lugosi
Dracula is all in the eyes and the voice and the presence. Fuck Karloff. Sidekick.
All right, last one for this episode thing. Whatever. Ear Danger, still going strong. 40 years of Ear Danger.
Ear Danger?
Ear Danger?
Building a time machine. It's not the first thing that springs to mind when we talk about heavy metal bands' ambitions. Still, this is what we had in mind to commemorate the fact that Ear Danger was founded no less than 40 years ago. Do you have a comment before I continue?
Are you actually reading a press release, or is this like a PSA from like the Medical Association? Is this from the AMA talking about the dangers of going to heavy metal concerts?
It was 1981 when Dick Vision, drums, then 18 years old, and Matt Verschoor, bass, then 17 years old, went into the studio with Ear Danger to record their second, more or less iconic demo. At that point in time, it was just a demo to them, made to get live gigs, and it would have helped them if they hadn't been forced to fire the singer and one of the guitar players just a couple of months later. That demo, however, rose to fame through massive tape trading and can still be found back on different locations on the internet. Looking back at the recording process, it was nothing short of a miracle that it turned out so well. The studio they chose had no experience with heavy metal whatsoever. The band had hardly any recording experience, and relations within the band were already starting to deteriorate from the moment Ear Danger started up again in 2007. We have been approached by quite a few people who would have liked to release this demo along with the following demo on CD. The answer has always been no. Why? Simply because there is no reason. They can be found on the internet. So those who'd like to listen to them can download the tracks. Having said that, our 40th birthday has inspired us to combine past and present in the best possible way.
I feel like we're having a conversation with Ear Danger more than we're reading a promo.
We're halfway through, by the way.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to keep going.
Oh,
I mean, assuming, let's just do some math. So, assuming that Ear Danger has been around for 40 years, as they claim, that means a rough estimate of the age of the members of Ear Damage, even if they started very young, it's in their mid-50s. So, I just like to think of them as grumpy old metalheads.
Wait till I show you the band picture.
You can clearly tell who founded the band.
You can decide who's grumpy.
Where can I listen to your band? Internet.
All right. I lost my place because I had to go look at the picture again. They can be found on the internet. Blah, blah, blah. Having said that, our 40th birthday inspired us to combine past and present in the best possible way. What if the 1981 demo could be recreated with the current lineup and modern day equipment, but without losing the characteristics of the old school 80s production sound? Like a sort of musical time machine?
Time machine!
All right, I'm going to just skip ahead because now they're talking about reverb. And then they, let's see, on top of that, COVID made it impossible to record it live in studio like we did in 1981. A guy had to drum on his own. Something about reamping. All right, here we go. Just as in 1981, the tracks are Beelzebub's Friend, Give 'Em Hell, You Need Warmth, and the ballad Still Going Strong. This track is recorded as Winterfest Edition, referring to the day that Ear Danger played the Heavy Metal Maniacs Winterfest. Already during the sound check, Sander blew up the vocal
You remember
screen.
that, right? That famed event in heavy metal.
During the sound check, Xander blew up the vocal speakers with a huge scream, leaving us with no option but to doing some songs instrumental, while the audience chanted the choruses and some songs acoustic. B-side has not been released on vinyl yet. Preparing recordings for their next album. Something else about COVID. All right, and it's coming out early 2022. This, I think they got their artwork the same place Burning Shadows got the Last One to Fall EP artwork.
Wow, that looks really good.
So, okay. I'm looking at their Metal Archives page. Yeah, so there's clearly like some younger dudes in this band and older dudes in this band, which is fine.
I'm pretty sure Greg's in this band.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Well, now Matt's looking it up.
All right, so they have two full-length albums, Full Blast at Last and Warrior Soul, which I think Full Blast at Last, especially given that they started in 81 and their first LP is in 2011, is pretty clever. But if you look at the album art, I feel like it's at odds with how silly the name of the band is. So the second album is Warrior Soul, and it has like this, I don't know, it looks like something out of Dragon Age, like this guy in full plate mail with a bloodied axe. It's like, man, they just have this the aesthetic that they appear to be going for doesn't match what I think Ear Danger would be about.
Maybe Ear Danger just sounds better in Dutch.
Yeah, maybe so.
I would like to also read something from their website. Loud noise is particularly harmful to the inner ear, cochlea. A one-time exposure to extreme loud sound or listening to loud sounds for a long time can cause hearing loss. Loud noise can damage cells and membranes in the cochlea. Listening to loud noise for a long time can overwork hair cells in the ear, which can cause these cells to die. And you can find that at cdc.gov/nceh/hearing loss. Now, seriously though, there's a couple things I like about this band. First of all, they were founded in 1981, as was I. They're based upon the work of a Matthew and a Dick, and technically, so am I. So those are. Well, I mean, I am Matthew Dick, are I not?
I suppose. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, those are both good things. I am a little worried about, this seeming I think ear damage is it's like the B sharps. It's one of those names that's like witty at first and less interesting each time you hear it. And then I'm not sure about this whole nostalgia thing, because I feel like 40 years is not enough for metal nostalgia. Like, metal nostalgia needs at least 3 digits, right? So it needs to be about, Vikings or Normans, or in the very least, like Napoleon, like a Napoleonic metal band, like in the fields of Brussels, Belgium.
To that I say, Saxon has a song about a festival they played called "And the Bands Played On," and Megadeth has a song that came out in the early 2000s about back in the day, 20 years ago.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a precedent. There's a precedent for it.
Okay.
So I feel like with the name Ear Danger, this clearly isn't the style that they're going for, but I feel like Ear Danger would tour with Dire Straits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just that kind of like we're rock and roll, but they clearly are not, right? They're clearly heavy metal. So I will say that I am actually quite interested. I'm going to give this 2 ears because I can't. It highly piques my curiosity. I would also like to mention that the lyrical themes listed on their website are murder, death, war, and glory of heavy metal.
Oh, that's really strong.
I was about to give them 4/3 ears. That's 2/3 ears on both of each ear. I'm gonna have to bump that up to 3/4 of an ear on both sides. So 1.5 ears for me. That's sounding. I love a good song about the glory of heavy metal.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this actually.
So here's my dilemma. I really want to give them 2 ears, but I also know that if I gave them 2 ears, my ears would be in danger, thus risking my ability to rate metal in the future. So for that, I'm going to have to give them 2/8 of an ear, and just rest assured that wearing my headphones like this, I'll still be able to hear them.
Well, there's a weighted average here.
Yeah. I mean, they just come out and say it, right? It's just like if I give them 2 ears and I'm deaf for the rest of my life, I have no one to blame but myself.
Right? They're not liable. They're not liable.
Yeah. Their name is much more of a disclaimer than it is a band name.
So I'm fucked then. I made a bad choice. Damn it.
Yeah. I'll drop you off some earplugs.
All right.
All right. That's it for this metal promo roundup of glory. Tune in next time.